Hello. Today in class, we're going to be learning how to search your class databases and the internet with different kinds of keywords, skills, tips, and tricks. Has anyone here learned about this before in any classes? Better yet, who here has a hard time searching and finding good results on the internet and on your databases for classes? Okay, some of you. Today we're going to learn how to find precise results for you that are reliable and exactly what you need. So today, what we're aiming for is learning how to effectively search with different kinds of keywords to find what you need and what is reliable. So exactly what you need. Often when we search, we get a lot of results and then we have to sift through a lot of them. And some of them are reliable, some of them are not. We're going to learn how to be very narrow and precise in what we're looking for. We're also going to learn some skills, tips, and tricks that will help you get those. There are some keywords and different types of codes that actually narrow down and get you exactly what you need, and it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. You'll be able to use this specifically for your school databases for projects, and we'll be working today off of the main database because that is ultimately what I would like to cover so that you can succeed in your other classes. But you can also use these tips and tricks and skills if you're just searching the internet anywhere else. Now, some of these may vary depending on what platform you're using. And then finally, I will be sharing some resources with you afterwards so that you can have access to learn more or to apply more skills to what you are learning today. So we're going to look today at an example of the Vietnam War. We're going to be trying to find different pieces of information that are fairly specific. So here's a general question that you might come across. You want to find a primary source. So you say, I want to find an article about the Vietnam War written in Vietnam, not written in the United States or anywhere else, but a primary source written in the area where the war took place. You could try to search the database and just type in Vietnam War articles, or you could type in articles from Vietnam about war, or you could type in something else. Any other ideas out there? Okay, good. Those are good ideas. Now you see next to each of those, that's the number of results I received just from typing in those keywords. Now, unfortunately, you're not narrowing down what you want from those keywords. You're going to get a lot of results because the database is going to pull and give you results for each of those terms. Let's take a moment to write out some phrases and keywords that you think would be helpful in finding these results. You can also refer to the readings and the homework that we have been ready for from the last class and come up with some ideas. Once you're done with that, take a moment or two, turn to the person next to you and see what they came up with, and ask them how they came up with that. Why did they choose those? And then also share yours. You can also now take some time with your partner to work on the computer in front of you and test this out. Write down how many results you received right off the bat. Write down, did you receive the actual results that you needed? Did you actually get what you were looking for? Did you have to search and go page after page to find what you were looking for? Or was the results right there? The way to narrow down your results is by using field codes. These are little codes that are just a few letters, if that, that have to do exactly with what you're looking for. They're usually abbreviations. One that we're going to look at and use is LOC for location. This will give you precise results for the location that the article or written piece was written in, where it was. So here we go. I want to find an article about the Vietnam War written in Vietnam. This is what I would type in: Vietnam War, and then I would type in LOC, and then parenthetically I would add in Vietnam. And then from there I get 9,000 results. And the first result is right at the top. It is an article written in the Vietnam Investment Review in 2010. That is exactly what we were looking for. Now you see such a huge difference. You're getting tens of thousands less results, and you're instantly getting what you want just from typing in LOC and then putting in parentheses Vietnam. Okay, so I'm going to pass out now a searching tips handout, and I'd like you to work with that partner you were with before. And look at this handout. This is going to give you several pages of other little syntax codes that we were talking about, and you're going to use those to find the following. I'd like you to find on the database a Vietnam War history book written in the French language. Vietnam was a French colony for some time, and there is quite a bit of literature written in the French language about the Vietnam War, as the French were involved in Vietnam about 10 years before the United States entered. I'd also like you to look and find on the database a Vietnam War history book or encyclopedia as an ebook published exactly in the year 2011. And then last, I'd like you to find a Vietnam War result, not a book, but a magazine article or a journal article about Cambodia. And I didn't write this on here, but if you could also write this down, make sure this also has a map in it. So you're looking for a Vietnam War article or journal article or magazine article about Cambodia that has maps. Go ahead and take about 10-15 minutes to work on this. And then once you are ready, have one of the people in your group raise your hand so I know you're ready. Okay, John, why don't you share your screen and show us what you found? All right, John, so I'm seeing that you typed in Vietnam War, and good, you picked LA for language, and you put in parentheses French. And the first result there you found is an ebook in the French language. It looks like it's also translated into English, but it's primarily French. Great. You found exactly what you were looking for, and as you see, that was the first result. All right, Sally, you're going to take on number 2. So you're looking for a history book published in 2011. So you typed in Vietnam War, and then good, you used the code YR for year, and then put in parentheses 2011. So you're looking for a Vietnam War result published in 2011. And the first result is the Encyclopedia of the Vietnam War, published in 2011. Excellent. And then last, Jacob, so you are looking for Vietnam War result, not a book, about Cambodia. Cambodia was a big part of the Vietnam War towards the end, and one that includes maps. You can actually search, it's pretty neat, for results that include pictures, maps, and other parts within the piece. So you typed in, and this is combining some codes, Vietnam War, and then SU for subject, and then in parentheses Cambodia, and then DF you typed in, and then parentheses maps, and you receive 1,200 results. And the second result there you found is for GIS and the usual suspects, land use change in Cambodia. GIS usually has to do with maps. And right there you see that you have a couple maps of Cambodia, the tip of it. This is great. See, right there, you were able to do those searches, the three of you, and find exactly what you were looking for. You did not receive 400,000 or 2 million results and have to work your way through all those results. You found exactly what you were looking for. And you were able to search and find exactly results that we had maps. You didn't have to preview and scroll through. Here's some additional resources that can go along with the handout I gave you. So LinkedIn has some really good search tips, and it's sort of in the slideshow of Boolean searching. That kind of goes along with what you have. If you look at the top, there's some keywords called and or. You can use those in conjunction with some of those syntax codes. And then the University of Colorado also has specific videos and tips for searching college databases, because the databases that we use are formatted differently than what you might use with Google. And then also in the Jackson textbook that we're using, in the appendix, part 2 is further information about searching with these tips. Any questions today from this? Thank you so much.